Hey guys, this is Snowcatter and welcome back to another video. Now before we start, I'd just like to say that I released a map call, so if you're seeing this and you're interested in joining a Dovewing map, it's there and we do need some more people, so go ahead and check it out. I'll leave a link in the description and maybe in a pinned comment. While you're at it, you can also check out my Discord server. Anyway, on to the video. So today I'm going to be redrawing MMS, well, the thumbnail for MMS, which is on my old webtoons. It's very old, it's not actually on the website anymore, so don't try looking it up, but, I mean, I guess you could, there's nothing that's gonna stop you. But, I scrapped it a while ago, and I don't intend on ever actually remaking it, but I thought it would be fun, and one of my subscribers commented on my video looking through my old artwork, and she requested that I redraw this. So I am. The first thing you can notice that's different is obviously the composition, or basically where the elements and like the characters are. They're not just standing facing opposite directions and not looking at each other. There's actually some depth in the drawing, like some of them are in front of other ones. It gives it a much more three-dimensional feel, even though I didn't shade this one either, because by the time I was done, I was just relieved to have it done. I spent a lot of time with this. This footage is sped up times 12, I think. So yeah, I spent a lot of time on it. But yeah. So I also redesigned the characters a bit. The most notable is Rex, who is the boy on the right. But all of them got at least a little bit of a redesign. Also, something that really bugged me from the original is how all of them are wearing plain colored t-shirts. Like, there's nothing wrong with plain colored t-shirts, but like, it's kind of boring and it like tells you nothing about their character. So yeah, I decided to give them different outfits, different hair. I even changed some of their eye and skin colors. It was a big thing. And the reason why I changed a lot of this, because you might be wondering, yeah, well, I mean, I get that your drawing wasn't that good, but I don't see what's really wrong with the design, just draw it a bit better. And it just doesn't say anything about their character. Lauren is kind of naive and innocent, and I wanted to really reflect that in her new character design, rounding her features and giving her a kind of oblivious look. Rex is more of a playboy, and in the original thumbnail he has zero personality. Like, what's up with that? None of the characters there, I could not tell you for the life of me what they're thinking. They're just like staring off into the distance. I don't like it. Yeah, the only part I think I actually do like about the old one is probably the squares in the background, but I got rid of that because I didn't want the drawing to be too busy. I didn't want the background to distract from the characters. So I just kind of left it at a blank gradient. So, I guess while I'm at it, I might as well tell you a bit about my drawing process. So I use, it's basically just the pencil tool, but I made my own custom tool, which is basically just it has opacity by pressure on and size by pressure on, but its minimum size is like 20% instead of 0% because I like that. And then for line art, I use just a regular pen tool. nothing too fancy. And then for coloring, I usually just fill bucket it in, which is why it's really important that I make nice clean lines without any gaps, so that I don't have to fill in stuff later. Um, I use Medibang to draw, and I use OBS Studios to record, as well as Windows Movie Maker to edit my videos. I would not suggest using Windows Movie Maker if you have literally anything else you can use, because it sucks. That's it. It just sucks. It crashes, lags, deletes stuff. It's not good. Don't use it. Don't use it. Um, I just use it because the other things lag my computer even more. I have a really bad computer. But anyway, yeah, and I also sometimes use a rough watercolor brush to shade, but this time I didn't do any shading, and so I didn't end up using that. So a little bit about how I choose my colors. I don't just stick colors there. I try to think first of all about personality, and second of all, what would that character, like, if they could choose, what would they do? For instance, um, for Lorraine, who's the female character in the middle, I made her colors a lot warmer, a lot more reddish, just because she's so innocent and nice and sweet. I just really wanted her to feel soft and inviting. And I wanted it to show in her character. I want you to be able to just look at it and say, oh yeah, I know, like, what that character is like. For Rex, I did the opposite. I cooled his colors, gave him blonde hair, lots of blues, pale skin. I just really wanted him to be kind of not completely cold, but he's not exactly the most honest person. Like I said earlier, he's a bit of a playboy. For Madeline, I also cooled off her colors. She's the one in the left in the original and in the back in the redo. But for different reason. She's she's like a total introvert and kind of an opposite to Lorraine, but they're still friends. So I really wanted to show that in her design by giving her a lot of sharper angles and cooler colors, just to give her some contrast with Lorraine. And then when I talked about like what the characters would choose, I'm saying like in terms of like clothing and stuff, what would they wear? Not just like what looks good with them, but like I imagine Lorraine would definitely be the type to wear a sweater even if everyone else was wearing uniforms, just because it was comfy and she doesn't know that people think it's weird. Um and then Rex would be the type that would wear a uniform but somehow make it look really good. Um Madeline is also wearing a uniform, but she just doesn't really care what she's in. I forgot, I didn't get to talk about our villain yet. So she is the one in the very left of the redo. Um, she, she's, oh yeah, I haven't even mentioned, they are all animal shifters. They got like the cat ears and stuff. She's a snake. I don't know why I didn't put her in the first thumbnail. I guess I just didn't think that the main villain of the story was important enough. But I'm definitely glad I added her in. She's just kind of in the background glaring at our main character, which is another thing I'm glad I fixed. I want the characters to look like they know each other, not just be staring coldly into the distance. I want them to be able to like interact with each other, even if it's not like physically touching, just like having them look at each other. Like, just doing that makes it like twice as good. Character interaction. Yes, do it. It's good, please. Um, but oh well. So off of that topic, what would you guys like to see me do next? I'm fine with redrawing more. I'm also doing some more stuff that I'm gonna keep that private, but I have a few projects going. That's why I haven't updated in a bit after releasing my 50 subscribers cover. I didn't upload for 2 weeks, and I'm really sorry about that. But I was working on the map call. I was working on a project with 2 other animators I'm doing for Wings of Fire. I'm working on a PMV actually. I'm working on a lot of stuff, and I just really need some time to get it done. But now everything, especially my map, is a lot closer to being finished. And I'm also thinking of doing some non-Warriors or Wings of Fire stuff. I'm not sure yet, but I have a few ideas. I was about to say anyway, I always do that, but nope, not this time. Other transitions. I never transition with anything else. Um, oh, either that or an awkward like I just did. Man. But back to the drawing. I'm coloring the line art because I just feel like it adds, like I said earlier, a bit more depth. It makes it look a bit softer. I'm not completely sure if I got it down yet, but I'm still practicing. The more I practice, the better it gets. So yeah, tip to anyone trying to learn to draw: just do it a lot, even if your drawings are horrible at first. That's how everyone's drawings are until they just, you know, practice. That's like the key.